Welcome to Physics class. Today's science fact is: why does rain comes in drops and not in a continuous stream? Answer here: when warm wet air rises, it cools and water vapor condenses to form clouds. A cloud is made up of a small drops of water or ice crystals depending on its height and how cold its surrounding air is. Most rain originates in nimbus or in towering cumulonimbus clouds. To form rain, water vapor needs what's called a condensation nucleus, which can be tiny particles of dust or pollen swept up high into the atmosphere. When the condensing droplets that form the cloud get large and heavy enough to overcome the upward pressure of convection, they begin to fall. Although all clouds contain water, some produce precipitation and others drift away plasticity without giving rain. First, all the droplets in a cloud are less than 20 micrometers in diameter. In a cloud, there are a lot of hygroscopic particles, and normally drops form by absorbing moisture by these particles. Rain is restricted to drops of water that falls from cloud. A heavy typical diameter of at least 0.5 mm, a raindrop large enough to reach the ground without evaporating contains roughly 1,000,000 times of water of a cloud droplet. No matter what the intensity of rain is, the size of the drop rarely exceeds about 5 mm. Larger drops do not survive as the process of surface tension with holes that drop together is exceeded by fractionless drag of air, and therefore larger drops breaks apart into smaller ones. Raindrops as they descend initiate a chain reaction, a downward trend of a water droplet with the larger drops always breaking, a common feature observed when one forcefully disgorges the content of the glass of a water. Most rainfall begins as snow crystals or other solid forms. Entering the warmer air below the cloud, these ice particles often melt and reach the ground as raindrops. A raindrop starts falling and then picks up speed to gravity. When one drop starts falling, a wake follows in the cloud. This clearance is convenient for another drop to follow, and not exactly the same path but close to it. Drops that pick up speeds are slowed down by the drag of the surrounding air. Indeed, the smallest drop may not fall at all, being suspended or perhaps forced upwards by ascending currents of air until they grow large enough to fall. As larger droplets descend, they produce an airstream around them. The larger the cloud droplet, the better the chance of its colliding with the giant droplet. So each drop falls at different speeds and their sizes are different. There are collisions between raindrops. Some collisions cause drops to coalesce, forming a large drop, and some causes drops to break into smaller ones. As the number of drops grows, the intensity of rain increases. Collision does not guarantee collisions. Experiments have indicated that the presence of atmospheric electricity may be the key to what keeps the drops together as they collide. That is, when a droplet with a negative charge collides with another with a positive charge, their electrical attraction may hold them together. Rate at which drops fall in size dependent. Giant droplets fall rapidly. Thus, drops keep on falling side by side and not in a continuous stream. Thanks for watching my channel. Please subscribe for get more updates.